Prayer is not only communication with God. In prayer, we communicate to God. In prayer, we communicate to Satan. Have you heard Jesus rebuke evil spirit? So when you get a spiritual issue that an evil spirit is involved, you speak to the evil spirit. Is that okay? So Jesus said to the evil spirit, come out of him, and the spirit came out. So those kind of prayer, the one that we do with God, the attitude with which we behave is different from the one when we do with Satan. When Jesus was speaking to God, what are the language? What is his manners? Communication. Then when he's speaking to evil spirit, how does he communicate? The Bible says, our Father who art in heaven, right? Hallowed be thy name, thy kingdom come. So when he said our Father, it means he was talking to a superior being than himself. Who art in heaven, he now said, hallowed be your name. Hallowed be your name is worship. So it means that when you start prayer, you need to worship God. You don't go with your problem first and start talking your problem. You worship God, right? Hallowed be your name. Then the prayer point now started coming, and in the prayer point that came in, the first prayer point is your kingdom come, meaning that God should lead us first as our first prayer point. It is not our daily, give us our daily bread that was first, it's thy kingdom come. So Jesus should be in charge, God should be in charge of our lives before we ask for bread. The first thing is acknowledging God as higher than man. The second prayer that Jesus said is worship, to worship God. The third is about God, about the rule of God. Is that okay? The fourth is about the will of God to happen. Then the fifth is about us. So our own prayer is like the last. If you can pattern your prayer like that, you will be having your prayer answered. The reason why your prayer is not answered is that you are too conscious of yourself. Some of you start the prayer with the complaint of what is eating you up first before you remember, I didn't even thank God. Then you start thanking God. Another place you can check Jesus' prayer to God is John 17. Jesus did an extensive prayer where Jesus was talking to God only. There was no talking to Satan in that prayer. Another prayer that Jesus combined talking to God and talking to a situation was John chapter 11 when Lazarus died. Jesus talked to three people in the place. The first person Jesus addressed was God. Father, I thank thee that you hear me always. So you could see his approach with God, there was humility. Now said, these things I said because of you people that are here, that you may believe. Inside his prayer. Then the third thing he said was to Lazarus inside his prayer. But when he was talking to Lazarus, he changed the tone and said, Lazarus, come forth. You will be seeing situations with your children, situations that you need to speak from spiritual authority. You need to speak like as if you are speaking in the place of prayer. So for that reason, the tone you use is different. Sometimes when you see certain things in your children, it's not everything you go to God and say, God, please change this in my child. In fact, when you tell God, change this in my child, God will say, Haba, I'm waiting for you to change it now. The reason is because as a parent, you have been given the authority to speak. The speaking I'm talking about is not the speaking of advice. I'm not talking about you advising your children. I'm talking about you talking to the destiny of your children as though you are in the place of prayer. If someone comes here and the person is possessed with an evil spirit, I will never ask God to cast out the evil spirit. Do you know why? God doesn't cast out evil spirit. You will never see in the Bible where God casted out evil spirit. It's men that cast out evil spirit. With the power of God, I don't mean that men have their own power to cast out evil spirit. That's not what I'm saying. By the power of God, the reason is because the earth is given to man and is given to man by God.